When did it become acceptable for people to use the black race as a weapon? And I mean this. And I want people to really listen to me about this. And this is something that I've actually been meaning to talk about, but I never had the right opportunity to. But I think this interview with Meghan and Harry with Oprah is a good opportunity. I really resent the fact that my people, my race, is used the same way that governments around the world use nuclear weapons. It's like we are used, I think we're being used as beasts of burden. You know, whether it's Meghan using the black race as a weapon against the royal family. You know, she didn't get her way with the royal family, so she's now using the race card. And she's using them as a weapon, just like how America dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. She go drop the black race on the royal family. And it's not just her who does this. Left-wing white folk do this quite often. You know, Joe Biden does it. Obama did it. Hillary does. Bill does it. The left wing is that they use black people as a weapon against Trump on a daily basis. On social media, it's done, and we as black people accept that. And you know what that does? It makes us look bad. It makes us look negative. It's like we're feared, which I don't want to be feared in that way. Now I understand standing up against racism and all that, but I still. After watching this interview, I don't think Meghan was telling the truth. I don't think she was telling the truth about that conversation about the royal family was questioning whether or not Archie was going to get security. Let me tell you something about that. And I know Americans are quite ignorant, and Meghan knows this. And what Meghan is trying to do is hype up black people and the woke culture against the royal family, to the point where it will be considered a censorship offense if you criticize Meghan and Harry. You criticize Meghan and Harry, that's similar to questioning whether or not the 2020 election was rigged. You'll have your social media taken away, Twitter will ban you, YouTube will ban you, your bank won't want to do business with you, you'll have all these businesses around the world saying they don't want to do business with you. That's what Meghan is trying, Harry, that's the environment they're trying to create. The Queen is the only person who will decide who gets a royal title and who gets security within the royal family. Now, Meghan started that interview saying that the Queen was so welcoming to her, shared her blanket with her in the back seat of the car, gave her necklaces and pearls and gifts, asked what gifts Archie wants for Christmas and all this stuff. By the way, I don't believe that Archie wanted a waffle maker for his Christmas. I think Meghan wanted a waffle maker. I know Archie probably enjoys the waffles, but that's Meghan's gift. That's not Harry's. That's not Archie's gift. Don't even go there. But anyway, we're not even talk about that. But and then so Meghan can't say that the Queen was so loving to her on one hand, and then she's now saying that the Queen is going to not give Archie any royal security when he's born on the other hand, because she's worried about how black he's going to be. That was an outright lie. All right? From Meghan. That was a complete lie. I'm just going to say that right there. That's what I feel. It was a lie. I mean, not to mention all the other lies that she said in that interview about how she lost her father and all this stuff. She didn't lose her father. She threw her father out of her life. The father is always on television. I can see the hurt in his eyes, begging and pleading with her. Pleading, let's have a relationship. Please, Meghan, whatever I may be fat, ugly, stupid. I may have gotten the paparazzi to take pictures of me. I'm your father. I used my connections within Hollywood to get you to where you are right now. Don't do this. I'm hurting. I want to meet my grandson. I want to meet my son-in-law. Meghan, please, 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 please come down to Mexico. Let's have a relationship. Please. Meghan's like, no, you upset And then she goes on Oprah, oh, I lost my dad. This is how narcissists behave. It's like a narcissist will stab you in the heart and then somehow make it seem like they're the ones that's the victims. I mean, your father's a phone call away, a plane ride away. I mean, come on. You're in California, you could probably drive there now. The border probably closed. I'm sure they'd open up that border for the Duke of Cucks and the Duchess of Thots. So let me tell you something. But anyway, I mean, can you imagine that? Lying on the royal family like that? I don't like the royal family. They're all a bunch of pedophiles. I think they should all be locked up. Prince Andrew should go to jail. Anybody, I mean, they like pedophiles. I think they're either pedophiles or pedophile lovers. Jimmy Savile, Jeffrey Epstein. The Queen has questions to answer about those missing Indian children from Canada. But on this case, I'm going to defend them. And for me to defend the royal family is pretty amazing because I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them. They're a branch of the New World Order. I don't like Prince Philip. Don't like the Queen. I sort of like Prince Charles, actually. You know, he's the most unpopular member of the royal family. I think he's the most human. I like Camilla. I like Camilla, you know. I like her. She kind of reminds me of this farmer's wife. Like, you know, you go on to Camilla's house, she's got some homemade jam. Oh, here you go, darling. Here's this homemade jam I made. I kind of like Camilla. I mean, I don't like what she did to Diana. I don't think that's nice. But, you know, everybody does that. That's life. This is a family. These are human beings, you know. I kind of like her, Camilla. I like her. I can't wait for her. I hope she becomes queen for a long time, too. I don't know. There's something about Camilla and Charles. They don't act royal. They're just kind of normal, kind of folksy, kind of goofy. You know, Prince Charles, kind of goofy kind of dad, you know. He plays basketball, but he's a goofy guy. I like Prince Charles. I don't like his ideas. He's too much of an environmental extremist and a hypocrite at that. But personally, I kind of like Prince Charles. You kind of like Bill Clinton. You don't like his political views, but you like him personally. And for Prince Harry, man, the way he done his father. You know, it's always the fathers that get the hard end of the stick in these situations. And you know, what goes around comes around, you know. The way Harry treats his father, Archie's going to treat Harry that way. And Meghan's going to train Archie and this future daughter to treat Harry the same way Meghan treats her father and the way Harry treats his father. I'm telling you. Archie's going to grow up. This is my prediction. Archie's going to grow up. He's going to be confused. He's probably going to be effeminate. He's probably going to have behavioral issues. You're going to see him on all the newspapers, drinking and driving, drugs, probably prostitution, acting up, getting kicked out of school, going to jail. I'm telling you. Because Meghan's going to train him to have contempt for his daddy, who is responsible for giving him man training. I'm telling you. That's what she's going to do. She's going to be the power. And I'm not bashing mothers or anything. I'm not saying that. But because of Meghan's personality, it's toxic. But she can get away with it because she's a woman. But Archie's a man. And he's a black man. Well, I shouldn't say he's a black man. And, you know, this is another reason why I don't believe that thing about race took place. It's a scientific fact that when you've got mixed and white, that baby's going to come out white. I have cousins who are mixed, who had children with white people, white girl, white boy. And the baby is white, blonde hair, blue eyes. I mean, look, it just makes common sense. The royals, I don't think, first of all, Meghan doesn't look very black. So even if the royals were racist, really, they don't have much. Meghan looks like a badly tanned Italian. I mean, listen, you know something? Princess Margaret looked blacker than Meghan Markle. Remember Princess Margaret? She's dead now. When she used to have a vacation home in the Caribbean, Mustique. When she'd come back from Mustique, she looked more black than Meghan does, okay? Donald Trump looked blacker than Meghan with his orange face. Donald Trump looked blacker than Meghan. I mean, I don't think a racist has anything to worry about Meghan. And it's just common sense that if a white person's going to have a child with Meghan, that child is going to look white. I mean, that's just how it is. That's science. It's not like you're talking about having a child with a full black person and a full white person. The child is, Obama, Obama's father was black, his mother was white, and Obama looked black. But you put mixed together and white, the child is going to be white. And I'll tell you this, because there's more white in that mix. I mean, Harry doesn't have a drop of black blood in him. Not a drop. I know there's some rumors that King George III's wife had black. That's nonsense. No woman in those days is going to have any black in her. That's just crazy talk. I mean, that's a lynching crime back then. Harry has not one drop of black in him. And Meghan has black, but I'll tell you this. I highly doubt that Meghan's white side of the family can trace any black in them. But it's almost certain that, in fact, it's not almost, it is certain that Meghan's mother most likely has white in her family. Because every black person, unless you come from Africa, really, and even then it's a possibility, because, with all the rape and all that crap that went on, every black person has some white in them. Really, there's not that many black people in North America that are fully black. I'm not. I mean, I've got 1% German in me, 1% Scandinavian in me. I believe my great grandmother was from England or something like that. I don't know. I mean, so a racist is not going to a racist unless you're drop dead stupid. You don't know anything about science. I don't think they have anything to be threatened about Meghan for. And I'll tell you this too. Even if, let's say that conversation took place with the family. First of all, we don't know the context that it was taken in, okay? Let me explain something. Let's say that conversation took place about wondering how dark Archie was going to be. I don't think it was in the context of, oh, he might be dark and we don't want dark people. You don't know the context of that. Harry is a brat and he's spoiled. He don't know anything about real life, so that's how he took it. It's almost certain, if that conversation took place, that it was probably someone who pulled him aside and said, look, we love Meghan and all this stuff. You've been with her not too long, and we just want to make sure that you're ready for the issues that's going to come with marrying a mixed woman and having a child. He could face a lot of difficulties from the white side and from white people and black people. I mean, be prepared. Listen, everybody does that. Black people do that too. Listen, I mean, I do that. Every time I date a white girl, in the back of my mind, I think to myself, am I prepared to marry this girl and have a child who's going to potentially face problems in the world, which he will. We can't just pretend that the world is a kumbaya Garden of Eden, because it's not. And even I've done it. Like, I know someone in my family who was very seriously with someone who was Muslim. And I said, I love him. I love him. He's a great guy. I love him. But, you're black. And black people have it tough in the world. Muslims have it very tough in the world. I mean, are you prepared? And it's not even, are you prepared? It's just, look, this is a family. These aren't people who are made of stone. I mean, you talk, what religion are you going to be? Not because I don't want them to be Muslim no, but are you prepared for what's coming? Especially if you've only been together for a very short amount of time. Are you prepared for what the future may bring? what, just think, all this stuff. Not saying that you shouldn't get married. We want you to get married, and yay and amen, and boom shakalaka goes right there. I love it. I love it. Love is a great, beautiful thing. I don't care, and I'm not against interracial. You white, marry black, you marry Chinese, do what you want. Just, it's almost like an educational thing. It's like, before you become an engineer, you have to go to college. Before you, marry anybody. Just think, educate yourself on what could happen. Before you just, decide you're going to, I know it's not a choice, but homosexuality and all this stuff, just be prepared. First of all, I don't think that conversation even took place. But if it did, I know it's not in the context that Harry's trying to put it in. But Harry's a spoiled brat. You can't tell him nothing. Hard-headed. Arrogant. Born a prince. Never got no butt whoopings. I don't see Charles giving Harry no butt whoopings. Or Diana. He didn't get no butt whoop. He didn't get no ass whooping, so he's spoiled. You can't talk to him. You can't tell him anything. He thinks he knows everything. He knows everything. He knows everything. Why didn't you go down and go see Meghan's father? What's wrong with you, boy? But what I really don't like is the fact that black people are always used as a negative weapon against people. I just can't stand that. They use our history. They use our suffering. They use our pain to their advantage. And that's what sickens me. And when did Meghan ever start identifying as black? As far as I know, first of all, Meghan was raised by her white family. She never identified as black until recently. In fact, she never identified as black until she started being with Harry. Because it suits her, because she knows that she's got a nuclear weapon in her arsenal. The race card. You say one bad thing about me, I'm going to push that button. I'm going to drop the black man on you. I'm going to drop him. Oh, I'm going to make you lose your job. I'm going to make your reputation get destroyed. And I'm going to, you better be careful of the black man. Be careful of the black man. Always got to walk on eggshells with the black man. You beware the black man. Don't anger the black man. He's dangerous. Breaks my heart how we're always being used as something negative. Don't want to talk about the achievements we made, how good at our sports, first black president, all this sort of stuff. Just negative stuff. Two things they like to do. They like to talk about how poor and down out and how in need of help we are, and how to use us as a negative thing to get back at people. Such a shame. And we let it happen too. Look at all these black people on television. Yay, Meghan. Yay, they Meghan. How could Oprah make Meghan get away with that? My gosh, man. Bunch of foo-foo jigaboos up in here. I'm sure there's going to be people saying, oh, you a sellout. You not sticking with Meghan. Meghan ain't black to me. She never identified as black. She never lived black. The only reason now we're talking about her being black is because she's now using her mama, who's black, who she was never raised with, as a weapon. She never identified as black when she was growing up. Not saying that she has to, but don't come now and use the black card when it suits you. Hell is wrong with you? Anyway, I can't take no more of this. This is the